newsletter. This time I wanted to talk about using a capo. Here's a standard capo, kind of a Kaiser sort of a capo, one of the standard ones that you'll find at a local music store. And here's what you would use a capo for. If I'm playing a progression, maybe down here in open position, but I wanted to use those same chords and maybe play it higher. Maybe I'm playing with a singer or something like that, and they might want it higher. Well, I just put my capo up. Let's say I wanted to move this up 2 steps, so I put my capo there at the 2nd fret, and I'm going to play that exact same progression. Well, and I can continue on up if I wanted to. Let's say I wanted to get it way high up there. I can bring it way up here. So a capo allows you to change keys, but it also allows you to use your open chords that everybody loves to play, like when you're in the key of G or A or E or maybe even C or D. We like these open chords, and it doesn't sound really necessarily too good when we're using our bar chords. So with the use of a capo, we can transpose to different keys, and to you as the guitar player, I can still be playing in familiar keys, even though it's sounding now in a different key. So let's talk about a couple things with the capo. Where should you put the capo? Well, where you put it is directly behind the fret. Not on the fret, but just right behind the fret. Now, you also want to make sure that it is straight up and down. You don't want it angled or anything like that. That's going to throw your guitar out of tune. You want it right behind the fret and as straight as you can get it. Now, it works best from kind of here to about here on the neck. If you have a capo way up here, kind of past the 9th fret or so, it just doesn't leave you very much room to be able to do what you need to do up here and to be able to play. There's just not enough room for your fingers. So it generally works best when you're down here beneath the 9th fret, and ideally kind of between the 1st and the 7th fret. So let's talk about using a capo. The most difficult thing, or the trickiest thing, is to knowing where to put it. Okay, so let's say our chord changes are in, maybe I'm doing a G, an E minor, an A minor, and a D. But I wanted to move that up a little bit. I wanted to still use those chords, but move it up a little bit. Well, if I put that in the key of A, I need to do a few things. I need to know where I'm at. Well, currently I'm in G, and I want to go to A. How many half steps are between G and A? Well, let's look at it. There's a G, there's an A, so that'd be 1 step, 2 half steps. So that means I put my capo then at the 2nd fret, and now when I play those same chords, a G, E minor, an A minor, and a D, well, now they're sounding out a whole step higher. So this is actually, I'm playing like an A, maybe an F sharp minor, a B minor, and an E. So they're sounding a whole step higher, or 2 half steps higher. Well, so that's one example of it. Let's do another example. That was on the 6th string. Let's do one on the 5th string. Let's say my progression is maybe an A to a D to maybe an E sus to an E. And I want to change that. I want to move that. I want to put that, let's say, in the key of C. Well, I got to figure out the distance from where I am, which is an A, to a C, where I'm going. So that distance would be, let's do it here, A, B flat, B, and C. Well, that's 1 half step, 2 half steps, 3 half steps. That means if I want to play my progression that's currently in A and make it sound in C, I need to put my capo at the 3rd fret, and then I get now my progression, I'm still playing in the key of A to me, but it's now sounding in the key of C. So that's a little bit how capos work. Now there are different types of capos. This is kind of a standard one you would find at a local music store, a Kaiser capo. There's also another one that I like a lot, which is a G7th capo, which this works well because it doesn't put so much pressure on your strings that it would pull your strings out of tune. So I like this one a lot. The other one is a Greg Bennett. This is a Greg Bennett capo. And what I love about this one is that you put it on your guitar and you can move it. It adjusts with you. It's got a little roller in the back. So let's say I wanted to start playing maybe here. Oh, let's say we want to go up a key. Well, that's no problem. I just do my little roller thing in the back and I play the same thing. 2 steps, that's no problem. So a capo, some type of capo, is something that all guitar players should have, at least one of. Throw it in your case because you never know when you might want to be playing in a different key and still be using your open string chords. So that's a little bit about using a capo. So hope you learned something from that. Let me give you a couple of announcements before I let you go. We've got our guitar gathering, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks here in Nashville, June 22nd through the 26th. We've extended the early registration price of $249 a couple of more weeks just to make sure we can get everybody in that wants to get in. So it's going to be an exciting conference. Even since the last time we had a newsletter, we've been able to book Martin Taylor, a phenomenal jazz fingerstyle guitarist, as well as Johnny Hyland and his band, just a legendary country rock blues player. We're having a private concert by Russ Barenberg. If you've ever listened to Ken Burns' series on the Civil War and hear all that beautiful flat-picking guitar work, that's all Russ Barenberg. Well, he will be giving us a private concert. We've got a slide guitar workshop from Rick Vito from Fleetwood Mac. We've got a blues guitar workshop from Will McFarlane from Bonnie Raitt's band. It's going to be an incredible time. We've got songwriting workshops, home recording. I'll be giving group lessons, all kinds of things going on. If you haven't made plans to come to be with us, go ahead and make plans to join us. It would be an honor to meet you there. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great month. Keep up the practicing. We've got Tuesday night live lessons as well, so keep touch on the discussion board for our Tuesday night live lesson schedule, and I'll see you next time.